Alright, hello everybody, welcome to our next lesson here. This is Communism in China. This is for our unit, the Cold War. So our objectives and standards to analyze what led to communists taking control of China and to identify American reaction to the communist takeover of China. Take a moment here to read over the standards if you would, please. And our desired result was, how did the United States react to the communist takeover of China? So communist struggles. Chinese communists had struggled against the government of Chiang Kai-shek, that gentleman right there. And the United States had supported the government of Kai-shek and had sent billions in aid. Now, Kai-shek was a nationalist, also had helped fight the Japanese during World War II. The communists also had done this as well. Prior to that, they had both been enemies, but during World War II, when Japan invaded, both sides united, but then after World War II, the nationalists and the communists are going to split up again and continue their fighting. But gaining support, many Americans were pleased with how China was being governed by Chiang Kai-shek, the nationalist leader, but U.S. officials were not feeling the same way. Chinese nationalists under Kai-shek had collected grain taxes on the Chinese, which had resulted in a famine, and they had also opened fire on protesters, sorry, that should say on protesters, not of protesters, on protesters who were against the rising price of rice. So communists, led by Mao Zedong, had been gaining support from peasants, and they also gained support by improving food production and supporting education. That's Mao Zedong right there. By 1945, much of the northern area of China was communist, and this is the Chinese Civil War, or I guess you should say the continuation of the Chinese Civil War. Now, division quickly rose between the nationalists and the communists. America continued to support the nationalists run by Chiang Kai-shek, despite some of their policies, such as the taxes and opening fire on protesters. But the United States was also trying to constantly negotiate a peace between both sides, but the United States unfortunately was unable to do so. All right, American aid. President Truman refused to send troops to support the nationalists. You can also see his picture towards the bottom of the left-hand side of the screen there. He did agree to send military equipment and supplies. May 1949, Chiang Kai-shek, again, I believe I'm saying his name properly. May 1949, Chiang Kai-shek and his supporters fled to Taiwan, about that. Communists controlled China and established the People's Republic of China. Now, what do you think the U.S. reaction was this? Well, the government of the United States is going to refuse to accept the new Chinese government, and Americans were shocked that China was communist. Many people felt that, that China would not fall to communism, since it was such a large country, and that just wouldn't be possible. So many were shocked that also containment had not worked. Remember, containment had worked prior to this in containing or stopping the spread of the Soviets in Berlin. So many people were surprised that communism had kind of had some success here. Congress also attacked Truman, saying that he did not do enough to support the nationalists in China, and some Republicans actually claimed that the government, the United States government, had communists working for it. And we'll see this theme come up later on in the Cold War about the government and others accusing people of being communists in the American government or the American military, American society, and we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I hope you have a good rest of your day. Please try your best on the questions that follow, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, in our closure, how did the United States react to the communist takeover of China? Think about some of the things you learned and heard about in the lesson there, and that'll help you answer your questions. Please try your best on questions that follow, and let me know of any questions or concerns. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I hope to talk to you all again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.